My Best Friend. Chapter 1. The Puppy Promise. When Daniel was 10 years old, he believed in two things more than anything else in the world: superheroes and dogs. He had begged his Aunt Maria for years. "Please, Auntie, just one puppy. I promise I'll feed him. I'll clean up after him. I'll even wake up early." Aunt Maria would laugh every time. She owned two magnificent German shepherds, a proud male named Rex and a calm, intelligent female named Bella. They were strong, beautiful dogs with shining coats and sharp eyes. "Maybe one day," she would say. That one day came sooner than Daniel expected. Bella became pregnant. When Aunt Maria told him the puppies were coming, Daniel thought his heart might burst from excitement. He counted the days. He talked about nothing else at school. He imagined what his puppy would look like: big ears, fluffy paws, bright eyes. Then one afternoon, Aunt Maria arrived at his primary school early. Daniel ran to the gate, confused. "Auntie, what's wrong?" "Nothing's wrong," she smiled. "The puppies are here." His breath caught. He sat in the car, hands trembling, the entire drive to her house. When they arrived, she led him quietly to the backyard. There they were, tiny, warm, wiggling, a pile of soft black and brown fur, nursing beside Bella. Daniel crouched down slowly, afraid to scare them. And then it happened. One small puppy, smaller than the rest, lifted its head. Its eyes were barely open, but somehow it looked directly at him. They locked eyes. Something shifted in Daniel's chest. "That one," he whispered. "I want that one." Aunt Maria smiled knowingly. "I thought you might." After a few minutes, she drove him home. But Daniel wasn't really home, not in his mind. All night he thought about the puppy. In class, during break, while brushing his teeth, while trying to sleep. That tiny puppy with the curious eyes. He didn't know it yet, but that moment would shape the rest of his life. Chapter 2. Duke. The following Saturday morning at exactly 9:30 a.m., the doorbell rang. Daniel was still in his pajamas when he heard it. He ran to the door, and there she stood, Aunt Maria, holding a small bundle in her arms. Daniel gasped. The puppy, the same tiny German shepherd. "This one kept crawling away from the others," Aunt Maria said. "Strong spirit." Daniel carefully took him into his arms. The puppy licked his chin. That was it. That was the moment. "His name is Duke," Daniel declared proudly. From that day forward, they were inseparable. Duke followed Daniel everywhere, to the kitchen, to the yard, to the bathroom door. They slept in the same room, sometimes in the same bed. Daniel would whisper secrets into Duke's soft ears. Duke would tilt his head as if he understood every word. They bathed together, played in the garden, and shared snacks when Daniel thought no one was looking. To Daniel, Duke wasn't just a dog. He was his best friend. Chapter 3. Growing up. Years passed quietly. Daniel grew taller. His voice deepened. His interests changed. Duke grew stronger, broader, protective. Every morning, Duke would walk Daniel to the gate before school. He would sit there, watching until Daniel disappeared around the corner. And every afternoon, before Daniel even turned onto the street, Duke would begin barking excitedly, sensing his best friend was close. Daniel would laugh. "How do you always know?" Duke would wag his tail wildly. But as high school began, things slowly shifted. Daniel made new friends. Some were good, some were not. He started staying out later. He started spending more time on his phone. Sometimes he forgot Duke's evening walks. Duke noticed. Dogs always notice. Still, he waited at the gate. Still, he wagged his tail. Still, he loved Daniel without question. Chapter 4. The Wrong Crowd. One afternoon, Daniel brought a group of boys home. They were loud, rough. Their laughter felt sharp. The moment they stepped into the yard, Duke went wild. He barked furiously. His hair stood up. He growled, something he had never done before. "Shut up, Duke!" Daniel shouted, embarrassed. The dog barked louder. "Enough!" Daniel yelled, furious now. He grabbed Duke by the collar and locked him in the garage. Duke scratched at the door. Something wasn't right. Inside the house, Daniel's friends moved quietly when Daniel wasn't looking. One opened drawers. Another slipped a wallet into his pocket. Phone disappeared. After they left, Daniel searched the house. My wallet? My phone? Gone. But he didn't suspect his friends. He was 18, trusting, gullible. And Duke, locked in the garage, lay quietly, confused. Chapter 5. Neglect. Days turned into a week. Daniel barely looked at Duke. Sometimes he forgot to refill his water bowl. Sometimes he forgot to feed him until late at night. The walk stopped. The laughter stopped. But Duke's love did not. He still waited at the gate. He still listened for Daniel's footsteps. He still believed his best friend would come back to him. Chapter 6. The night everything changed. The boys from school weren't done. They had stolen before, and now they wanted more. Late one night, they crept into Daniel's yard. His bedroom was an outside back room. Duke sensed them immediately. He barked, loud, desperate. Daniel rolled over in bed. Quiet, Duke. The boys slipped into the room through the window. They filled their bags with valuables. A glass fell. Crash. Daniel shot up in bed. He turned on the light and froze. His so-called friends stood in his room. What are you doing? He shouted. They shoved him. He fell hard. A gun appeared. Cold metal aimed at his face. Daniel's heart pounded in his ears. Outside, Duke had gone silent. Too silent. He had stopped barking. He was thinking, watching, waiting. Then he saw it through the window. The gun, pointed at his best friend. Without hesitation, Duke leapt. He crashed through the window in a shower of glass. He lunged at the boy holding the gun. Teeth, growling, chaos. It was life or death. The second teen panicked. He grabbed the gun and fired. The sound shattered the night. Duke fell. The boys ran. Daniel crawled to Duke. Duke, no, please. Blood stained his fur. Duke struggled to breathe. Daniel held him tightly, and in those final moments, memories flooded back. The tiny puppy, the walks, the gate, the loyalty, the love. I'm sorry, Daniel sobbed. I'm so sorry. Duke looked at him one last time, and then he was still. Chapter 7. Silence. The police arrested the boys the next day, but it didn't matter. The house was quiet now. No barking, no scratching at the door, no warm body waiting at the gate. Daniel buried Duke in the backyard. He cried for nights without sleeping. He understood now. The one friend who never lied, never stole, never betrayed him, had given his life for him. Chapter 8. Years later, time moved forward. Daniel grew older. He carried guilt with him. In his late 20s, he visited Aunt Maria. She had another litter of German Shepherd puppies. He knelt beside them. One small puppy looked up at him. Locked eyes, just like before. Daniel swallowed hard. He picked up the puppy gently. I won't make the same mistake twice, he whispered. He named him Duke. But this time, he never forgot. Every walk mattered. Every bowl of food mattered. Every bark mattered. Because he had learned the hardest lesson of all. A dog's love is pure, and sometimes your best friend is the one who never says a word.